All right, Ranger fans, we are back. The Man Advantage Rangers podcast. Unhappy recaps for the last two games. This is your host, Jamie. I'm here to talk about it. So let's go. All right, guys, we are back here. Yeah, it wasn't good. The last two games have been really not good. But I'm not going to overreact to two games in October. The San Jose game, I think they gave up 9 shots in the first two periods. And unfortunately, I watched the first 10 minutes of the third period, and I had a hockey game at 10:20 at night, so I had to leave, and I didn't know anything about the last 10 minutes or the overtime. I knew they lost, but I was unable to listen. But apparently, they were outshot 18-2. Now, I don't know how that happens. I'm going to chalk it up to just one of those things. So, just to recap real quickly the game, it was a return of David Quinn. San Jose looked like hot garbage pretty much the whole season. Some say Quinn might be on the hot seat. I don't necessarily agree there. They just, signed him to a long contract. But you just knew the Rangers wouldn't make it easy on themselves, and they didn't. And they had the 2-1 lead, and then, San Jose ties it, and then Rangers, again, kind of just go into a shell, and I don't know what happened in the third period, and they lose in overtime. Erik Karlsson, you know, yeah, that guy, Mr. Irrelevant, he only plays well against the Rangers, seems like. He wins the game in overtime, and I fully expected tonight to be a complete effort, and I actually didn't think the Rangers deserved to lose the score line 5-1. I didn't look at the shots. I think they had like 14 shots. Columbus through two periods. The Rangers couldn't get anything through um, in the third period. But the first period, I'm trying to remember now who scored that first goal for Columbus. I don't know why it's escaping me. But either way, then the Rangers came out pretty good and had some shots on goal. Looked like they had some good energy. Columbus played last night. So really everything was in favor of the Rangers. Jimmy Vesey was sitting. Krasov was in the lineup, but you knew it was going to be bad when Filipino goes out a minute and 30 into the game. And I hope everyone that's a Ranger fan or watching or whatever appreciates Heedle, because the kid is really taking steps, and he's a luxury at this point. And they missed him tonight. It was clear because he runs that third line. And you can say whatever you want about his line mates or whoever he's playing with. He runs that third line, and he's good. He's having a good year. He's very, very noticeable. He scored a goal the other night. So he goes out, and right away, a minute and a half into the game, we're down to 11 forwards. So that, of course, messes everything up, and just kind of go from there. And the Rangers looked okay for a little while, and then it looked like Columbus started getting their legs, and they score a goal, and it's 1-0. And then, things start to really fall apart when I think it was Peak who scored. It was a bad goal by that Halak let in. And I know it was Zach Jones and Zach Jones and Braden Schneider were on the ice in a long, long zone time for the Rangers. And it was an ill-advised pass by Jones, especially knowing that the line that was on there was probably worn out. But And it was a bang bang play, and Werenski kind of gets a lucky bounce. It comes right back to him, and Halak almost makes the save, but it trickles in. So, and then the second goal, bad. And the Rangers just didn't look like they had any life. And they kind of like, well, they lost confidence, whatever. And then it's 3-0 with Chinikov with just a heavy shot from above the circle. He's got a great release, that kid. And then the Rangers get a 5-on-3 goal from Bread, and they had a lot of chances. They kept shooting wide. One of the things I will say is, in the beginning of the year, the Rangers weren't taking any. They weren't overpassing. They were just shooting the puck, and I like that mentality. They seem to get away from it a little bit here. But anyway, we go into the third, down by 2, and the Rangers really controlled the third period. I mean, they had the puck the majority, and the fourth goal was a deflection by Columbus. Schneider didn't account for the Robinson stick, and then Kent Johnson gets a. Everybody just walks away from the front of the net, and I think it was Trouba and Carpenter who went after the passer, and Johnson was left all alone. And the bottom line is, I'm not going to overreact. Yeah, it's ugly. The last 2 games, they should have won. They should have at least taken 3 out of 4 points, probably 4 out of 4 points. You're on home ice. Columbus is playing back to back, and they traveled. Um, but it is what it is, and I'd rather them work this out in October than in March or April. So yeah, it stinks, and there's a lot to not like. I'll tell you one thing I liked. I thought again, Panarin was good. I thought Kakko was good. I really did. Krasnov didn't get a lot of ice time. He got like 9 minutes. Um, Braden Schneider wasn't good. Trouba wasn't good. I didn't think Miller was good either. Um, Halak wasn't good. And the Rangers at this point, maybe they need a goaltender, maybe Shesty. And it was interesting that he didn't play today because they have back to back coming up with Columbus and the Islanders, and I don't expect them to play both games. So I think Shesty gets the nod on Tuesday, and then Halak will be back in there on Wednesday. So all in all, it's the last 2 games have really not been great. But I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to say let's trade everybody because it's one game. It's 2 games. It's a small sample size. Um, so I guess we shall see. Um, you know, but the schedule doesn't get easy. You got Columbus. I'm sorry, you got Colorado, the Islanders on the road, and then you got an afternoon game in Dallas. And Dallas is playing like on top of the world right now. So the Rangers have their work cut out for them. Maybe it's a good thing. They'll play some better teams. Maybe they. I can't see them looking past these teams, though. I really don't. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not in their. I'm not in the locker room, and I'm not in their headspace. So this is being taped literally right after the game. So I don't have any comments from Gallant. Any further injury news on Philip Hedel. But again, I thought Kreider needs to get his act together. Mika had a tough game tonight. I thought Trocheck. The Rangers didn't get any pucks. They couldn't get any pucks on net in the third. They kept getting blocked. I think I remember hearing Joe or Sam say 21 blocks. And that was about. It was still 3-1 at that point. So they're getting opportunities, but you got to get the shots through. So yeah. Again, if this were later on in the year, February, and this was happening, I'd be way more concerned. And again, I don't like giving away points. Every game's important in the NHL. You don't want to have to claw your way back late in the season just to make the playoffs because that usually doesn't work out very well. What do you think, guys? Tell me what you think. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Twitter at Jamie_hockey. On a better note, Giants won today. They're 6-1. Wow, what a game! That game was insane. The referees again. House of the Dragon on tonight, finale. So I'm looking forward to that. I made chili for the kids, and that was yummy. Good day for it. Kind of a cruddy day out today, overcast and some rain. Comfort food's always good in October. Um, but I think the Rangers just need to, the old saying, one shift at a time, just take care of their own zone, get pucks to the net. And Tuesday night will be interesting because they will get an eye opening playing the champs. They're not playing Columbus. Georgie's back in town. Um, Hopefully he plays, and then we'll get Shesterkin against Georgie, and we'll see what happens. But again, Rangers dropped 2 games, 3-2 in overtime to San Jose, and then a real clunker 5-1 here against Columbus on a 5 o'clock Sunday evening start. Which, man, I was real happy because I'm not having to miss House of the Dragon, but this is a little bit of a bummer. But all right, guys, I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you on Tuesday after the Columbus game. Take care.